So it all started on a Wednesday. I was feeling pretty good. Woke up after having a nice nap. Didn't feel like doing anything specific. So I went out to party. Went to a nice cafe and appreciated life. Then I went to get some snacks that I'm hungry by myself because it's totally normal. No friends. And then I even went to go spend up all my money at the mall, right? So, everything was going good. Everything was fine, and I was on top of the world. It was the middle of the week for the most part, right? And you know what decided to happen next? I got home. And I have a little itchiness in my throat, a little itchiness, right? Right? No problem at all. Little headache, I'm still fine. I'm great. I love it here. Okay, this is my week. This is my time. I'm him. But then it came Thursday. And just for the record, I hate Thursdays because I usually psych myself out because it's the weekend. Because it's close to the weekend. I wake up, everything's not chill anymore. I'm actually on the verge of dying. I'm dead sick. I have 20 minutes to live. I have work the next day. And I'm chugging medicine like there's no tomorrow. And turns out I skip out on work. And my boss is mad at me. But that's okay. I get the day off nonetheless. I think we're done rolling. I just needed to load in. Anyways, today we're going to be attempting the Bowman's Fun assignment. Requested by me, okay? Except I'm not gonna be doing it over Word document. No, instead we're gonna be doing it in a digital format. It's gonna be a video. Yay, be excited. Okay, where do I even start off here? Alright, so we have on this little assignment document, because technically I'm super smart, because I based my video on what's written here on my document that I have in front of me that you can't see. So you can't blame me for not writing anything to practice for the FRQ. So, anyways, part 1, create a list of the basic structures and the basic general overview description of each. And then they didn't say of each what, we just have of each. So first we're going to be talking about the cerebrum, and then the frontal lobe, and then the parietal lobe, and then the temporal lobe, and then the optical lobe, so many lobes, and then we have the cerebellum, and the brainstem, and the brainstem is built of multiple things, but I'm not even going to get into that. So, just to start, I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this, but just to start, let's look at this amazing picture that I drew a couple weeks ago when I was sick. This video was made when I was sick. Go ahead, take a look at it. I'm not sick anymore, just so you know. Take a look at it. I know, it's beautiful. I worked really hard on this. Yes, okay? Yes. Yes. Okay, anyways, moving on. Let's start with this little squishy brain meat part right here in the front, okay? This is called the cerebrum, okay? This little highlighted point right here. The cerebrum is the largest part of the human brain, okay? This part of the brain is involved in some of the core functions such as memory, attention, awareness, thought, language, and conscience, which are all things that make us human if you didn't know. The cerebrum has a left and right hemisphere, and both hemispheres and no, I gotta stuck that one over. The cerebrum has a left and right hemisphere, and both hemispheres are divided into areas that further subdivide into a frontal, parietal, and optical and temporal. No, forget this. Anyways, moving on. Frontal lobe. So basically, as the name suggests, frontal lobe. The frontal lobe is the part of your head, the front part of your head, if you didn't already know that. It's separated from the parietal lobe by the central SULCI, and the temporal lobe by the lateral fissure of fissure. This lobe helps with basic functions such as reasoning, speech, movement, and problem solving. Whoa! The frontal lobe also helps with social interactions, like understanding what to say at a given situation, or in a given situation, whichever type of wording you use. And then moving on, we have the parietal lobe. The parietal lobe is situated between the optical and the frontal lobe at the back and top of your head. Body position and touch perception are received and processed by the parietal lobes. Okay? Movement, orientation, recognition, and perception are all influenced by the parietal lobe. A significant hub of your brain's sensory processing is the parietal lobe, just if you didn't know. Additionally, it transforms sensory data into a format that can be used. Put simply, it contributes to the construction of your brain's mental model of the environment. Okay, and now we have the temporal lobe. Temporal is a funny little word because it kind of reminds me of tempura shrimp, which I do want, and it's delicious. Back to what I was talking about, right? The temporal lobe, also not delicious. Don't eat brains. So just above the ears, the temporal lobes are responsible for processing sound, including speech recognition. I can't read. Speech, memory, and auditory perceptions are all governed by the temporal lobe, if you didn't already know. An important component of your brain's multi-sensory processing is your temporal lobe, if you also didn't already know. And your ability to comprehend the meaning of words, such as the words I'm speaking right now, and objects is provided by the temporal lobe. Okay? So this lobe is very active. For example, when you see a cup and recognize it as a vessel to drink from, that would be your temporal lobe at work. Now moving on to the optical lobe, and you can't see it, but on my Word document, I didn't spell it right because apparently my spelling is not good. But you're not gonna see that, so that's fine. Instead, it says optical, the optical lobe, which I mean, if you want to call it the optical lobe, that's fine. It just wouldn't be correct. So, anyways, located at the back of your head is the optical lobe. Your optical lobe, like all other lobes in your brain, is divided into the left and right side by a groove, which is also your lateral fissure. So your visual processing powers are located in your optical lobe, if that's what you want to call them. It's your means of basically interpreting what your eyes see. It's also connected to memory formation, color perception, distance, and depth perception. Object and face recognition, and moving on, the cerebellum introduction. Wow, I wrote that so nicely. So, the cerebellum, as it's been so eloquently pointed out right here. The region of your brain, also known as the cerebellum, is situated at the back of your head, directly above and behind the point where your spinal cord attaches to the brain. The Latin root for the word cerebellum means little brain, which technically that's what it is, right? So, it kind of made sense right there. The control of muscles, including balance and movement, is mainly the function of the cerebellum. So it also, that's all it is. It also affects memory and other cognitive processes like language processing. Wow. Now we have the brainstem, this little theme about right here that is also been pointed out very nicely by me. I think I did a good job. So the medulla oblongata, right? That's what it's called, right? I'm gonna put a definition on the screen. The pons and the midbrain make up the brainstem, if you didn't already know this. one of several divisions. Oh my gosh. One of several divisions of the brain. Your brain stem, which joins your brain, is your spinal cord. Is not your spinal cord. Is to your spinal cord. Oh my gosh. I gotta do this again. Your brainstem, which joins your brain to your spinal cord, communicates with the rest of your body to control breathing, heart rate, balance, and other functions. It consists of 3 interconnected parts that are part of your central nervous system, if you didn't already know. Every component serves as a distinct purpose in enabling you to move, function, and to adjust to your surroundings.